spent about 17, 18 years in county government, and I thought I was happily retired. I was done with it, okay? And then 2022 comes along, and we see these folks get elected to the county council, and some of the shenanigans that they were creating, and started to concern me. And of course, there was the election of Donald J. Trump, and I'll tell you what, that's when things really got not only sideways with the country, but sideways with my own family. To start with, in January, they cut my stepson, who is high functioning autistic. They cut his Social Security benefits, his disability benefits. And we tried to get a hold of Rudy Yackham, who, by the way, when I was a county auditor and I was sitting having lunch at Chicory Cafe, that man would walk down the street and say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you," and everything. Man, when I called his office, crickets. No reply, no response. My Lori tried to contact him, nothing. They did nothing to help us with our autistic son. Okay, nothing. Finally, we bullied our way in there into the office and found out that DOGE did some creative math to knock him off. Well, thank God, hardworking person in there got him restored, but we never got the back pay. Then my daughter-in-law, she gets hired to work remotely for the VA. And then she gets the fork in the road letter. You got to choose where you're going to go. You got to go back to your office. She didn't have an office. She wasn't hired to do that. And worst for me, saddest for me, was my Paraguayan son-in-law. My daughter and he and their two little girls, they are working in Saudi Arabia, and they come back in the summer. He couldn't come back. He couldn't come back. He was terrified he'd be snatched up by these ghouls in ICE. So we haven't seen him in over a year. We're terrified for our little brown grandchildren. And as was mentioned, I teach at Marion High School, and we have a lot of Hispanic kids. They are terrified. And they look at me and they ask me, like, Mister, what can we do? How do we stay safe? I'm worried about my brother. I'm worried about my uncle, worried about my dad. This is not the country I grew up in. It is not the country that I raised my kids in. And I sure as heck don't want my grandchildren growing up in this world. We've got to do something about this. And I'll tell you what, all the cruelty and stupidity that we see at the national level, it is seeping down. It's here at the local level. It's at the local level, is it not? So what we've got to do is we've got to work to replace the cruelty and stupidity with compassion and common sense. And it starts right here in St. Joe County. I know a lot. We're all upset about the stuff that's going on, the murder and mayhem in the streets. Murder, and with impunity. We're frustrated and we're angry. Well, here's the deal. The good Lord put us right here in St. Joe County to take this on and fight it. And we're going to fight it street by street, block by block, precinct by precinct, city by city, till we take this county back.